Welcome to your weekly Asia News Update. Let's dive into the biggest headlines shaping the region this week. Malaysia is facing trade risks as the US plans to impose 25% tariffs on key exports like semiconductors, automobiles, and pharmaceuticals. This move threatens Malaysia's crucial role in global supply chains. As the 2025 ASEAN Summit Chair, Malaysia is preparing to lead critical trade negotiations while boosting investments in AI and semiconductor production. India's economy is seeing mixed signals. Inflation is projected at 4.8% for 2025, opening the door for a potential rate cut. But foreign investors have withdrawn $13.2 billion from Indian markets, leading to a 4% drop in the Nifty index. Despite this turbulence, India's services sector remains strong, hitting a 6-month high, and the country is pushing to finalize trade agreements with the UK and US by year-end. Thailand is facing growing economic pressures. The IMF is urging a rate cut to help struggling households, as debt levels have surged to $486 billion. While exports are slowing, foreign investment continues to pour in, with Thailand on track to hit a record high in investment applications for the second year in a row. Taiwan is making strategic moves to strengthen its global tech leadership. The government is investing $1.5 billion in green energy to support its rapidly expanding AI and semiconductor sectors. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, the world's largest chip maker, continues to dominate, with its stock weight in the local benchmark index reaching 37%. Officials are now considering lifting restrictions on exchange-traded funds to accommodate the growing influence of semiconductor stocks. Indonesia is bracing for India to raise its vegetable oil import taxes for the second time in 6 months. India is a massive export market for Indonesia palm oil. President Prabowo Subianto is expressing confidence that his government's food and housing programs, in which the government will provide meals for 82 million beneficiaries and build or renovate 3 million homes every year, could enable GDP growth of 8%. A claim dismissed by many economists as overly optimistic. South Korea is pushing back against new US tariff threats, with officials formally requesting an exemption from potential trade restrictions. The government argues that its existing free trade agreement with the US already ensures fair trade practices. Meanwhile, South Korea is setting aside 100 trillion won, $74 billion, to protect key industries, including semiconductors and automobiles, from economic shocks. China is adjusting its economic policies to stabilize growth. President Xi Jinping has eased credit conditions to boost private sector confidence, focusing on AI and clean energy investments. Meanwhile, China's efforts to reduce dependence on US financial markets continue, with the country shifting more of its foreign reserves into alternative assets like gold. That's your wrap-up of this week's biggest stories from Asia. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to subscribe for next week's report.